YouTube friends, what is going on, you guys? David Lee back. We are here with my Sony Fs7 rig. I still need to come out with a full review of it, but I need to wait until I can get more field use out of it. So far we've done some commercial work with it, but nothing really exciting, you know, kind of just talking head teleprompter stuff. We did a mini documentary, we did a short film, waiting to get at least, you know, a few more projects underneath my belt with the Fs7 specifically to get you guys a full review on it. But what I figured, since I kind of already have it built up, is to offer you guys a rig breakdown in case anyone's wondering what parts I use with the Fs7 for handheld filmmaking, specifically handheld operation. I was actually asked by one of my friends, Peter. You can check him out on Endure Films on Instagram, and he invited me to be part of like a rig breakdown with 30 plus or 15 to 30 people who are also breaking down their rigs from Blackmagics to Z-cams to Reds and stuff like that. And he asked if I could do one, so I did one for my Fs7. I'll put a link down below when that full thing is out. But for now, you can check out my rig breakdown. And I hope you guys enjoy. Hope you guys can take some value and learn kind of how I rig up my Fs7 for a handheld filmmaking work. And yeah, just be on the lookout for the rest of the videos with the Fs7, some more content with the Fs7, and a full review with my Fs7. So let's go ahead and get started. We have the Fs7 right here. This is my main camera for everything I use, from commercial films to doc films to narrative stuff. Pretty much everything, you know, Super 35 sensor. With the speed booster, it gets me pretty much a full frame sensor, built-in Ds, built-in XLR, so great all-around camera if you are a documentary filmmaker or in that realm, right? I have two internal batteries. These are just BPU 60 batteries. I have one charging right now, and then this one is right here. So great when you just want to keep it bare bones. When you want to use more, if you need to use more power, say you know you're on set for like 8 hours or 10 hours or 12 hours, and you don't want to use these little guys, and also to help balance out your rig if you're using handheld, we have the Core SWX V-mount extension unit. We have pretty much two P-taps here, one on each side, and again, this will give me about an hour filming with a 98 watt-hour battery, so really cool. Support, we have a small rig shoulder pad, the VCT shoulder pad, right? So that way you can just lock it in really quick. I've had this guy for like 3 years, so really cool. It has 15 millimeter rods on the back, 15 millimeter rods on the front. So nice and handy right there. Two handles. I have a top handle here, needle handle from Small Rig. I like this guy because it has a little attachment in the front where if you need to, you can slide in your rod support here, and then what this does is it allows me to attach a little shotgun microphone mount. So I can get this guy in properly. Stand by. Cool. Right. So then this allows me to attach a shotgun microphone of choice. Right. Let's go ahead and take some of this stuff off. Cool. And then the other handle that we have is from Small Rig. This is also a top handle, but I actually use it as a side handle, right? So I'll kind of just demo that for you. So I usually have the attachments here on the side of my top plate for the Small Rig or for the Fs7, right? And then from here you can imagine, you know, if it's connected, then you have a nice grip on the side, which is great for a handheld filmmaking, all right? Next, speed booster. So I have the Metabones speed booster for EF to E mount. Again, this gets me pretty much full frame image with my full frame glass. And I also do have the regular Metabones non-speed booster adapter just when I need a little bit more coverage. For lenses, pretty much, these are my go-to lenses, the SLR Magic 25mm APO micro prime and the 50mm APO hyper prime. And hopefully soon I will be getting the 32 and 85 hyper primes. What else? Monitor of choice is the Small HD 702 Bright. 7-inch monitor is preferable for me just because I'm getting older now and I can't really see that well with the 5-inch screen. So I love this guy. We have multiple inputs and outputs. So you have SDI and HDMI, which is great. More professional if you can have both for sending a signal out to a wireless video or video village. And let's see, next would be microphone. I have two microphones. The one I use mostly is the Dds Mic 2. Shout out to Dds for hooking me up with this guy like 2 years ago. So great little microphone. I like going into the FS7 straight, or sometimes for like podcasts and things like that, I will use this going into an external recorder. Let's see, next we have matte box of choice is the Bright Tangerine Misfit Atom. I like this guy because it weighs barely anything, you know, and then even with a top flag, it still doesn't weigh that much, which is great because when you're shooting handheld, or if you're on a gimbal, or on a steady cam or glide cam, I don't want all the weight to be in the front, right? So, but I still want to be able to use filtration. I still want to be able to flag off light. So having a lightweight matte box is super, super important for me. Speaking of filtration, we have a couple of just different types of filtration. We have NDs. Even though the FS7 has built-in NDs, sometimes if you're filming like say a day exterior, you might need more ND. So these are Tiffin brand NDs. We have a 0.3, so it's a one-stop ND. We have a 1.2, which is a four-stop ND. And then as far as diffusion goes, my favorite diffusion for the past few months has been Glimmer Glass. This is Glimmer Glass 1. And I also have some black sand filters, but for the most part, when I'm using my matte box, Glimmer Glass is my weapon of choice, or my tool of choice. And then in order for me to attach my lenses to the matte box, right, you need a adapter ring. So the Misfit Atom has a 114 millimeter attachment, which is pretty much industry standard, or if you're going higher, that'll be 138. But basically what you do is different companies like Bright Tangerine makes step-up rings. I really like the ones from Cinmod lenses. They're just more user-friendly, right? So kind of give you an idea of how this works. We take our lens, right? So in this case, the SLR Magic Micro Prime, the APO Micro Prime. This is a 82 millimeter inner front and then a 95 millimeter outer front, right? So this is a, I don't know if you can see this, but this is a 82 to 114 millimeter ring, step-up ring, right? So basically we just screw this guy on. Okay, and then just for demonstration purposes, right? You have your matte box, and then you basically just slide this guy in, and then you screw or tighten down. It's like in one hand, this guy, yeah, cool, right? So one-handed, and then now you have your lens attached to your matte box. And that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed this little rig breakdown. If you have any questions, let me know. And thank you again for Peter for allowing all of us to share our rigs for all of you guys to be inspired.